And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Okay, so obviously there was the other round or the other games in the Scottish Premiership played out yesterday, and usually, you know what, I don't really take too much notice. However, it was a rare occasion. Of course, Brendan Rodgers doesn't have a good record against Hibernian. I didn't think he won at Easter Road actually in both of his spells at the football club. So I did take note due to us being in a title race of some sort, and did have a little look at the game, and I was pleasantly surprised by who won the match actually. And to be fair enough, they got the victory, but there's more to it than meets the eye. And in today's video I'm going to be discussing what we're up against and the officials that are in place in the Scottish Premiership this season. Of course, firstly, before we get on, I did have a shave. Actually, I did see some of the comments and I'm looking rough as F. So thank you for the heads up there. So yeah, I did have a shave and did my hair for you guys. So for those of you that take care about my appearance, I hope you're happy today and I don't get any horrible comments this time. But anyway, back to the game itself. Look, Celtic, of course, going up against Hibernian. It's all starting to heat up in the Scottish Premiership. I know it's February, and again, there's still a lot of games to go, but I do think Celtic got away with one massively yesterday with regards to their victory over Hibernian. And some might say, this is a Rangers channel, Dan. Why are you talking about Celtic? Because it does impact us. The decisions that are being made on the pitch do impact us. And yesterday has been the story of the season, really, with regards to the officials and Celtic matches. And, you know, Rangers matches as well. You know, we're up against it. We're not just up against Celtic in the title race. We're up with their top goal scorers as well, those being the officials in the Scottish Premiership. So yesterday, of course, Celtic did win the game by 2-1. They did receive 2 penalties in their match. And again, I would probably say one of those penalties was a penalty. That one being, of course, the winning goal. A lot of people talking about that. I did have no problems with that as a penalty, actually. But the first one that's striking a lot of debate at this moment in time is the first penalty incident that Celtic were given. Now, some would say that this was just a clash of heads, and we've seen this one played out before, actually, in a game between Rangers and Aberdeen. The same exact situation. However, of course, nothing giving there. But in this occasion, of course, Celtic were awarded a penalty. Again, I didn't think that was a penalty at all. However, some, depending on how you watch the game, are, you know, split in the opinion. I do think Celtic were handed a penalty in that stage. But it's not just about the penalties that were given to Celtic. I don't really care too much about it. It's about the consistency of refereeing and the consistency of officiating throughout the Scottish Premiership in total, right? I'm watching the Hibs game and 2 penalty incidents from the home side that they didn't even bother looking at. One of them, of course, was a trip in the box. One of the Celtic players put their knee out and the Hibs player went down, of course, in the box and again wasn't looked at as a potential penalty. And then the second one being the Ralston handball. Now, these both deserve to actually be checked at VAR. However, not a whistle, not even a moment to have a little look at these incidents. And as I said, this is what we're up against in this season. This isn't the first time, of course, that we've seen officiating bias within the Scottish Premiership this campaign. You can just go back to the last Old Firm match when there was a clear handball in the box. And I can bring up numerous of moments across this campaign where it seems as though that there is no consistency with the referees in the matches. And as I said, Celtic have been hauled out of jail multiple times in this current campaign. It's something that's really starting to frustrate me. Now, I don't call conspiracies. Really? Usually I don't. Yes, I know with the thumbnail I put the Celtic badge on Nick Walsh's jersey, but it's just the level of officiating. It's just the level of, I think the Scottish Premiership referees are just absolute crap. And dog toffee. Even with VAR in place, they're absolutely dismal. And of course, I've taken a look at the social media responses online with regards to these penalty appeals and the game in general last night. Everyone's kind of got that unanimous decision with regards to it and do believe it is a disgrace. I'm starting to seriously wonder about this officiating in this country at this moment in time. And looking at games like this and pivotal moments within this title race, I do believe It's a disgrace. Generally, I do believe it's an absolute disgrace that we're still talking about this with VAR in place. But multiple moments in that game yesterday, but it isn't the first time. Of course, you can go back to the Old Firm match as well. You can go back to numerous points of the season where we've seen it. And again, I have no problem with Celtic getting penalties. 12 I think they've had so far this campaign, which is fine. As stated, when, there were this conspiracy theorists from the other side of the city, usually the side that attacks the most will get the most penalties throughout a game. Or throughout the season, so I don't really state that they're being handed penalties as such, but just the level of consistency in the Scottish game at this moment in time, and the decisions that are being made for and against a certain side are seriously baffling, and I'm starting to wonder why it's going like this. But look, it is what it is. I just thought I'd bring it up because a lot of Rangers fans are discussing last night's escapades, and of course it does directly correlate towards us and a season. And what do I say about it? Well, we just got to concentrate on our own garden and make sure that we win. That Celtic side, by the way, are there for the taking. I know we've lost to them twice so far this season, but this isn't going to be a pivotal moment in their season. They are rank rotten, and we need to be capitalising on this. I know they're going to have the help from the officials throughout the campaign, which is fine, and I don't want to sound too bitter, but as stated, we just got to take care of proceedings on our own accord, win the games that we've got, and as I said, we do that, the title will be ours. I have absolutely no doubts about that. But just frustrating, just seriously frustrating at the consistency and the level of consistency of the refereeing and officiating in this game, especially with VAR being brought in. Incidents just go away, and teams get 3 points when it's certainly unjust. So, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of rattled boys in the comments, of course, but I just felt, I'd bring this to you guys and ask what your thoughts on the thing was last night. What do you think of Nick Walsh? What do you think of the refereeing so far this season? What do you make of it? What do you make of the consistency so far this campaign? And just for the record, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not saying anything about conspiracies. I do just think they're absolutely rank rotten. The officials throughout the Scottish Premiership, I genuinely do. I'm not saying that they've got a team bias as such, but what I am saying is the level of officiating is absolutely atrocious, from VAR down to the actual ref on the pitch. It's up in the air, and it's absolutely crazy, and it's not the first time that it's made an impact on this title race so far this season, and I'm actually sure that it probably won't be the last time we discuss this here again this season with regards to the title race, because it's going to have a big impact on the title race between now and May, unfortunately. I wish it was just about the quality and the talking points were on the park, but of course these are usually the things, and unfortunately a lot more mistakes are going to be made. But Rangers fans, do let me know your thoughts last night, and do you think we'll win the title this year? Yes or no? Again, let me know down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video. As always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Push.